Hello, everybody. I'm hoping you have an amazing Saturday today. And yes, 2,255 hours of work every year here in Mexico. Imagine, you know. I don't think that the number is a problem because, I mean, if you consider that it would be maybe 8 hours every day, okay. But the problem is that every day from Monday to Sunday, then I think that's a problem. And considering that there's also like an hour and 30 minutes that people use to just commute, imagine just that for work, because sometimes, I mean, you have to also pick up your kids, and I don't know if you're going to a gym or stuff like this. I mean, you end up with very little time outside of work. Yeah. Considering that it's around 2,900 hours if you have your 8 hours of sleep every day. That most of us don't do 8 hours, but that's a possibility for some, or some actually need it. There's a friend of mine that she sleeps around 10 to 12 hours daily. I'm like, whoa, how can you do that? And well, it depends on everyone, but that's not the video. The video is actually about those 2255 hours, 2,255 hours working. And the problem here that I see is that in small businesses and in the percentages in medium and small businesses, it's also the lowest productivity. So it doesn't mean that the more you work, the better the more productivity you have. So now we have a problem, and especially because most of the people here in Mexico are not aware, or that you need to work in something that you like. That's it. And that's something that I liked a lot when I heard with who was it? It's the founder of Alibaba. I don't remember his name, but he was mentioning that it's important to have a very different perspective on what kind of job you're gonna get, especially when you're young. And this is actually a video for you that you're a parent, or you that you're very young, that you're looking for a job right now, or you're looking to change something. I think this is a very special piece of information that can be useful for you. And it's because when we are little here in Mexico, they usually tell you, go and get a job because you need money. I mean, go get money, get a job, start doing that. The United States is very known for the lemonade stands. Here in Mexico, I don't know, some people just try to sell candy, whatever, But it's good when you're trying to learn the chops. It's important that when you learn how to sell something, you have a little more discipline. And that's something that is important when you're starting to work. Is like, go work somewhere where you can actually learn the discipline of working, like arriving on time, complying with your activities, etc., etc. And that's something that you can start doing when you're like 15, 16, 17, your first job's 12 years old. I mean, you start just going and learning those kind of things, learning to be responsible, getting there, doing what you're supposed to do. But also, it's important to find a mentor, So as always, we are told, and I'm saying here in Mexico, we're told that maybe it happens the same way where you live. But here, it's very normal that people tell you that you need to get a job because you need money. Go get a job so you can get money. And sometimes you choose your career path, your studies, university, whatever, because of that profession giving you a little better life, more income, things like that. And I think that's a very interesting perspective, yeah, because in this sense, then what happens is that you have a lot of people that are over 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, 70 years old, still working. And they are still working in something that they are doing because they need money. How empty is that? So that's actually what happens. And that's the kind of life that a lot of people are living right now. So I personally think that it's important for us to pay attention to what we're teaching our kids. Are they actually working because they just need money? Or they're actually looking for something that is going to make them fulfill their dreams, fulfill their passion, what they really want to do? So something that is extremely suggested is when you're going to get your first job, like your real job, and you're still with your parents, or you're living with your friends, and you're all coping with this, I don't know, very small apartment, like 3 or 4 living in the same bedroom, it's fine. It's fine because when you're just starting, it's great to be independent and it's great to look for what you really want. But get the job not because that's the one that's going to pay your bills. Get the job maybe that it's going to pay your bills as well because you need to pay your bills. But on a side hustle, do something with someone that is going to mentor you with what you really want to do. I mean, look for that kind. Let's say that you want to open a restaurant someday. You know, you're like, you know, I'm passionate about that. I love gastronomy. I wanna actually have my own. I wanna be a chef, and I wanna have my own restaurant. Look for the one that is closest to you, and that lives the life that you want to live, or at least is closest to the life that you want to live, and offer your services to that person, even for free. You know, as a side hustle or something like that. You know, okay. Let me just work 2 or 3 hours a day with you or whatever because I really want to learn the chops, but I also really want to contribute. And then over-deliver. Over-deliver in anything that they ask you to do, over-deliver. Do it like extremely, extremely, extremely well. Try to learn fast, try to learn the chops, and try to be there. I mean, maybe they're not going to hire you, and that doesn't matter. That's not what you're doing, what you're there for. You're there for knowledge, for connections. You're there for a wider perspective. Maybe you had an idea, maybe you thought you wanted to build a business around that, and then once you're there, you're saying like, no man, that's not what I like, and then you have a chance to actually go shift, look for something else. Maybe you find a different passion. While you were there in the restaurant, you see that someone's playing the piano, and you say, oh, I also have that talent, and I love what he's doing, and he's just playing the piano in different restaurants, and I want to pursue that. Well, now go and work with someone like that so that you can actually do it and pursue it maybe as a professional career. But you have to taste things and thinking about your long journey, not only about paying the bills. Now, when you're like that, what happens is that in the end, it doesn't matter if you're working 2,255 hours. I love working. I think I work maybe more hours than that. And I really don't feel it. I love it because of what I do. But I didn't do that all the time. I made a lot of mistakes. And the idea here is just to share our mistakes so everyone else can learn. And then we can avoid losing and wasting time so that you can have a better life. So I wish that you have an amazing time. And if this video is of value, please share it with someone that needs it. Yeah? And have an amazing day.